It's happening in every neighborhood.
Open the door! Who is he? Huh? This is why you really want to leave me.
No, I didn't.
Down every street. Sickness. Addiction. And violence has been turning countless homes into crime scenes. Suffering. Depressed. Alone. Suicidal.
Welcome to your program, Problems and Solutions. May God bless all of you. It's a pleasure to be back with your program. This program is to help you to find a solution of your problem. You who are there desperate. You know that Jesus on the cross, he took our sorrows, he took our past, he took our pain. That's why you who are there right now, you should not be suffering. You should not be in the way that you are. And many times you think like this, okay, I should not be in this way, but what can I do to change my life? I'm going to tell you through this program what you can do to change your life. You know that Adrian arrived at the Universal Church as well with a lot of problems, issues. And the biggest of all problems was his depression. He was deeply depressed. But one day he found life through the Universal Church. But of course, the Universal Church that introduced to Adrian God. And the moment that God is introduced to the person and the person believes in this God that is the same of yesterday, today, and forever, you know, the lives of people change. What's the story of Adrian? If you'd like to be in touch with us, if you want to talk to us, we have below the screen there our telephone number, our WhatsApp number, where you can text us, where you can call us, where you can be in contact with us. And surely that we're going to have people available to speak to you and to help you regardless of your problem. What's the testimony of Adrian? And we'll be back with you straight after.
My name is Andrew Reed. Before finding faith, my relationship with my dad wasn't great at all. When I was born, me and my twin, my parents, they separated. So I was moved to live with my grandparents. I used to see my mom like every 3 weeks. She used to come and visit. But my dad, I probably used to see him maybe once or twice a year. So I was brought up knowing him, but not knowing him. I never used to see him as my dad. I used to see my grandfather as my dad because, as I said, my dad wasn't really around, so that relationship, that bond wasn't really there. So I remember he came to visit us on a weekend, and he promised that it was next time when he was going to come back, he's going to bring a gift for us. I think it was a bike, but up until now I still haven't seen that bike. Well, he came to look for us, but with nothing. So I never used to believe in his words. So even if he said he's going to come and look for us, or if he said he's going to bring something for us, I never used to believe him. Things got worse when my grandfather died. When my grandfather died, it was one of the worst moments of my life because, as I said, I was brought up by him and my grandmother. My grandmother passed away first, and then 4 years after, my grandfather passed away. So that, for me, was one of the saddest moments of my life. And my dad wasn't there at all. I don't know if he heard about his dad pass away, but I'm sure he did. But there was nothing. There was no communication. There was no. He didn't come to see how his sons were doing. There was nothing. So from that moment, in my mind, there was no dad. In my mind, you know, I'm just alone now. You know, so I never really think of him. And for me, it was normal not to have a relationship with him because he wasn't there when I was young anyway. So for me, it was normal. Until I came to a place of worship when I really wanted to change my life around. And in the process of changing my life around, I started to look into my life, into myself, and I realized that My dad was an issue, yes, but maybe I contribute to that issue as well. I remember when I was around 15 that I spoke to him in a way that I shouldn't have spoken to him, because he said something to my grandfather, and then obviously I took over from there, and then I said something that I shouldn't have said. So I started to look into myself that, you know, instead of putting the blame on him, I have to put the blame on myself as well, because as a son, and as him being the dad, having authority over me, I didn't have the right to speak to him anyhow I feel like. So I start to look into myself, and then I decide to make a decision into start building a relationship with him. It was hard. It was hard because I didn't really want to, but I know I have to if I want to be a different person. I managed to get his phone number because he lives in the US, and I rang him. I remember the phone was ringing and my heart was just beating fast. And then he picked up, and then I said, "Hello Dad, how are you?" And he was surprised to hear my voice. He was quite happy, and we started talking from there. And I told him that the reason why I was calling is to apologize for the way I've been for all these years, and obviously he was surprised. He started apologizing to me as well. And since that day, you know, it didn't happen overnight, but gradually our relationship started becoming better and better. By repairing my relationship with my dad, I find myself having more peace, and I find my relationship with God even more better in my communication, because I don't have any hard feeling, any grudge in my heart. So I just find myself having more peace inside of me, and more joy when I'm speaking to him, because before I didn't want to speak to him, but now when I speak to him, I want to speak to him, to understand that. And each time we speak, I have this joy, you know, in talking to him. My life now is great. Family-wise, my family is great. I communicate with all my families. Everyone is happy. My life is moving forward. And yeah, since coming to this place, it's definitely transformed my life and transfer the way I view my family as well.
My dear friend, it's time for you to stand up from wherever you are and take an attitude, because Jesus died for you. Jesus died for you not to be suffering, for you not to be desperate, for you not to be depressed. But what you need to do is to react against this situation and to fight. Yes, to stand up from wherever you are, to lift up your face and to say, you know, until today, I could not solve my problem, but from today I will solve it through my faith. You know that the Bible says that if we have faith as the size of a mustard seed, we can perform and do huge things. You don't need to have a big faith, because sometimes you say that your faith is not big. What you need is to take the little faith that you have. You know, that faith that make you to watch us right now, that make us to text us right now, that make us to be attentive to the story that we show you today. Take this faith, you know, and say like this: I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna give my step of faith. We are preparing ourselves for Good Friday. Good Friday, cross it out, you know, all the problems. We're gonna have this event, Cross It Out, that is an event for you to learn how to cross out your problems for once and for all. You know, doesn't matter your problem. Let me tell you again, doesn't matter your problem. Your problem can be so small, so little, or huge and impossible to be sorted out. There is hope and there is solution for you. God is there. God is going to give you the way out of this problem. Join us here in Stockholm or either in Gothenburg. 15th of April at 3 p.m. Good Friday cross out event. Here in Stockholm, we are at the Birger Jarlsgatan 106, here very close to the Tekniska Högskolan. At 3 p.m. 3 p.m. sharp, we will start this event. If you are watching in Gothenburg or nearby, we will also be in Gothenburg at the Ringögatan 13, Infart 7, in the same hour at 3 p.m. For more information, you can visit our website www.uckg.sc, and a new life will wait for you. And surely that in the same way that the life of Adrian changed, your life would change as well. It was a pleasure to be with you. May God bless all of you. But of course, before I end, I want to tell you, if you are there on the other side and you cannot wait for the 15th, because we still have, if I'm not mistaken, 16 days for this great event, you can join the Universal Church any day, because the Universal Church has their doors open every single day. If you go to our website, uckg.sc, you can find the times, you can find the hours, and also the chains of prayers. Don't wait for the 15th. Come today, come tomorrow, and a new life will be waiting for you. Have a blessed day.
This is your UCKG timetable, helping you to make a new beginning. Mondays, a meeting focused on achieving more in your financial life. Tuesdays, prayers for healing. Wednesdays, a meeting teaching you to develop in your spiritual life. Thursdays, a special prayer for the family. Friday, a service for your spiritual deliverance. Sundays, reconnect with God, the main meeting for your spiritual strength.
Leaving this hospital until I know what's wrong with my daughter.
If you want out, that's fine with me.
This program is brought to you by UCKG.